Hi guys, it's Brittany and Happy New Year's Eve. I'm so excited and can't believe that today is New Year's Eve and tomorrow is gonna be the new year of 2019. I'm really excited because I am, and I'm just really looking forward to the to 2019, which is literally tomorrow, which Ah, I'm getting so excited. And I'm sorry for the lighting in here. It's just that I opened my blinds and it's very cloudy. It looks gloomy outside and it's raining, by the way. So, hope you don't mind this lighting for now. I mean, at least I don't mind it because I need this kind of light right now because I don't want to use lamp lighting because that's not such good lighting. So, hmm anyway, um, wow. I know it's been a while since I've done my videos, but I think you guys probably know why because of all the moving. But yes, now this is funny in a way. This is my first video that I've done in living in Arizona, but I have to say, even technically, my last video of this year, if that makes any sense. So yeah, first and last video, but of both different things, though. So today is gonna be a movie fact video, and we're gonna um today we're gonna know these very interesting facts from my favorite musical movie, The Phantom of the Opera. One, the doll in the Phantom's lair that is supposed to resemble Emmy Rossum is not actually a wax mold. It is Emmy Rossum. The production produced a mask of her face to use on the mannequin, but when they put in the fake eyes, it didn't look like her. She suggested to stand in as a mannequin instead. This was done by her being made up like a doll with waxy makeup on and her standing very, very still. Wow, that is very impressive because for a long time I didn't know it was actually her standing very still. Um, of that, I didn't know. I just thought maybe it was somewhat either, like a wax figure of her or maybe like a statue in some sort of kind of way, like a waxy statue. Like a wax statue, except it's not completely solid as a statue. But that was actually done by her. So she had to stand. She had to stand for a long time. I'm not sure how long though. It doesn't say. It doesn't say whether she had to stand still for, I don't know, 40 minutes or an hour. I mean, I don't see how she could have done that, but she did a good job. I don't think I could have stood that long, standing. Because I can only stand maybe for quite some time. But yeah, if I stand for a bit too long, then yeah, my legs will start to hurt. I'm like, okay, I can't stand. I need to sit down. But yeah, that was actually a very good job she did. Wow, that's very impressive. Two, the sweeping camera angles during All I Ask of You made it necessary to shoot multiple takes of the kiss between Emmy Rossum and Patrick Wilson. Emmy Rossum had to ice her lips between takes to prevent them from swelling. Well, I can see why. Now with that part, I don't know why exactly. I'm not sure. Maybe because when they were filming, maybe it was. maybe cold. I don't know, but I'm not sure if that would do. I don't know what the reason was, but that is interesting. Um, yeah, quite interesting. Three, the theater was an actual fire. Joel Schumacher wanted realism, so they destroyed the theater for the scene. Yeah, I didn't know about this either. I just thought, of course, that they. Sorry, that's actually the blower for New Year's Eve, which I'm gonna use later for tonight, and also I'm gonna use later for another video. So sorry you heard that noise. Uh, but yeah, I just thought maybe it was probably the set they destroyed, but not the theater. But wow. So I guess I am pretty guess no, I'm sorry. I'm not I didn't make sense. Blech. I'm pretty sure he had permission to do that for the movie. Because of course, when as a director, when you have to do anything, no matter what it may be, you I'm pretty sure you need to have permission first before you you do whatever it is, you know. Four, in the scene where Ralph falls into the water and nearly drowned, no, and is nearly drowned, the footage is played on reverse to make it seem that Patrick Wilson is under water longer than he actually is. If looked at carefully, air bubbles can be seen going back into his nose. Now, this one I laughed at reading because it did say that they had to the footage they had to uh so the scene where Ralph falls into the water, um they had to play that scene in reverse to make it look like he's underwater a bit longer than he is. um so because of that, because of how they did that, and to 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 play it in reverse, that's why instead of seeing the air bubbles going out, the air bubbles are going back into his nose because they're playing it in reverse for that scene, which of course I find quite funny. Sorry, it's not a bug. I just saw like a little one just floating by, so I just thought just to blow it away. Yeah, that one I thought was actually kind of funny. I don't think I've noticed that though. I may have to go back and watch that part because I mean, how many times would someone see that in a movie? Like you see a scene, like especially if it's a underwater scene, and how many times though does people? How many? Yeah, how many times do people see a scene that's being played in reverse, especially if the air bubbles are going back into the actor's nose? I mean, I don't know how many movies have that, but this is the only movie I know that shows that. But um, quite interesting. And just want to say though, for those of you who know Patrick Wilson, I know some of you may know him from the Insidious movies 1 and 2, and even the Conjuring movies. But way before he did those movies of Insidious and The Conjuring, he was actually um like he even did this movie. He played Raoul in The Phantom of the Opera. So let's just say this was actually the first movie I saw um of Patrick Wilson way before Insidious and The Conjuring. And for those of you who may not know that, well, you know now. He was in this musical movie. 5. Emmy Rossum is much younger than her male counterparts, both whom she kissed in the movie. At the time of shooting, Emmy was 16, Patrick Wilson was 30, and Gerard Butler, who played the Phantom, was 34. So, wow. I don't know. I mean, I think that's quite interesting. I mean, considering she was 16 and both her, co-stars were older than her. I don't know. I mean, to me, I think, as an actor's job, no matter what your other co-star's age is, and whether he has to kiss him or not, or whether if he has to do a certain scene, whatever it may be, is like, I just find it quite interesting. But I mean, I think from what I can tell, she didn't mind it. But yeah, other than that, I can tell that it did seem like they all seemed to get along, and um, that they were able to work with each other real well. Because that's what I've um, watched through their interviews. Yeah, that's very quite interesting. Six. The Phantom speaks only 14 of his lines and sings the rest. Now, I have noticed that. I've noticed that the Phantom only says so much here and there, but other than that, he just sings in the movie. And oh gosh, um, I love his singing. Now, with Gerard Butler playing as the Phantom and doing a really great job with his performance, like both acting, of course, of his character and whether he has to speak his lines or sing the songs. I mean, his singing voice is just so good. Like to me, it's just so moving and hypnotic. So I love it. Like to me, that's just something I don't get tired of listening to. Is that the songs he sings in the movie. But yeah, he does have a good singing voice, especially when he had to play as the Phantom. I mean, he did such a good job. Okay, 7. The ring which Christine returned to the Phantom is the same as the engagement ring Ralph gave to her. He obtained it by yanking it from around her neck. Okay, so let me get this. So during the masquerade scene where no, it was sometime after that. It was during the part where he sings his song. What was it called? Why So Silent? Um, and so when he's also singing his part, but to Christine, and they both have this moment of looking at each other and walking up to each other as well. But when he looks down, he sees that what she's wearing is not really a necklace. Like it's a, what do you call it? It's like a necklace chain that has her engagement ring on it. The one Raul gave to her. So I'm guessing the one he yanked from her that he kept, which later, when he brought her down to her lair by the end of the movie, that he kept it, but he gave it to her, and somehow she decides that she should let him have it. Am I getting this right? I have no idea, but oh well. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because I don't think there's no way he could have the exact same ring as the one Raul gave to her. Because that would mean that he's maybe copycatting Raul. But then again, Phantom doesn't copycat. He doesn't. So I'm pretty sure it's the same ring. Same one. That's what I'm guessing. 8. In an interview on The View, Minnie Driver, who played Carlotta, says that to the master, her diva says that to master her diva-like Italian accent, she channeled an old neighbor she had when she lived in Venice as a child. I actually watched that interview, by the way, and was just actually saying how she had a neighbor who, I think, who spoke like that. That's like that was the one person she just never forgot. So I think, of course, when she played Carlotta in the Phantom of the Opera, that she channeled that old neighbor of hers that she remembered, and she nailed it. You know, she nailed the um, her Italian accent of the way her neighbor spoke. So that is very quite interesting because I don't know. I think for a long time I thought like what I don't know. I didn't know what to think of it, but yeah, she did a pretty good job with that. 9. The Why So Silent scene is a reference to Edgar Allan Poe's The Masquer, no, or what? Mas- Masque of the Red Death. I'm not sure that's how you say it. Um, I'm guessing that's a poem though, right? But yeah, I'm guessing it is. But yeah, I didn't know that really. I just thought it was maybe part of the story, the story of the Phantom of the Opera, but I didn't know it was a reference to Edgar Allan Poe's Masque of the Red Death. And again, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And the last fact 10. The main story takes place in 1870, and the auction takes place in 1919. In the final scene, the year of Christine's death is marked as 1917 on her tombstone. In the stage play, the main story takes place in 1881, the auction in 1910, and Christine is said to have died in 1907. The math changes if you account for the sequel Love Never Dies, the movie 2011, and the stage play. Wow. I mean, I don't get that. Like, why do they have to like change the years like that? Like, can they just stick to one timeline where it just all fits in and it just makes sense? Because now I'm kind of confused. Like, which one is the real timeline here? Like the one from the movie, or either the one from the original play? Of the story. I have no idea. Why can't they just stick to one timeline where it just makes sense? Where the story fits in, and plus where the sequel happens. And by the way, I've seen the sequel of Love Never Dies. Like, it's both a movie and a stage play, but it came out in 2011. So when I saw that, especially on YouTube, I mean, I loved it. I really did. I loved it. It's so good. But I'm not going to say what happens at the end. Now, for those of you who are Phantom of the Opera fans, and for those of you who probably know what happens at the end of the sequel of Love Never Dies, you probably know how sad it is because I cried. I did. I cried because it was just so sad, and to me, I just thought it just wasn't fair how it had to end that way. Because I thought to me it could have had a better ending than a heartbreaking ending. But for those of you who um, don't know the story of the Phantom of the Opera, that's why I'm not going to say what happened at the end, because if you want to go and see it, like see the first one and the second one, then you can do that yourself. And maybe for those who aren't fans, then this is just me expressing it because I am a fan. I am a Phantom of the Opera fan, and I love the movie. I have to say my favorite version of the story is the movie, the musical movie, because it came out in 2004. So that's my favorite one. I never get tired of it, especially like the songs and the performances and everything about it. I just love it. Like, I just fell in love with it. So that's probably like my very first favorite Broadway musical that was brought to life in a musical movie that I really love and adore. I really do. So again, happy New Year's Eve, and um I will be doing more videos, and this is going on for at least 20 minutes. And I'm quite sorry about that. Um but I want to say something real quick here before I end this video, and that is that now I just want to reflect on the year of 2018 for a bit. Now, 2018 has been a good year. It has been good, and there are some things that have been all right with some things, but other than that, there have been some things where things did change and were it changed in a way that I never expected to happen. But when it did, I'm like, wow. And the thing is, I remember when I joined in the live stream in February this year of February 2018. It's like not only did I got subscribers, but I also made friends, um, and those are the friends I have today. And to be honest, I'm so happy to make to have those friends that I did that I made this year, and I'm so thankful for you guys if you're watching. And to be honest, I didn't know that was gonna happen because when I was starting YouTube, I didn't quite know anybody, and Bones, he was actually my very first YouTube friend, at first, and of course, I'm so thankful to have him as a friend, um, but then of course, even joining his live stream in February of 2018, and then making these other friends along the way, and being subscribed to your channels, and supporting each other, and that we've come this far, and this year is like, wow. It's like I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy to have you guys, my friends, in my life, and I hope that we could um do videos together one day, do collabs, and um even like tag each other in videos as well, because I would love that. I really would. But yes, this year has been good because of that. Like, I've made friends with just you guys, and I'm so thankful for all of you, and I'm thankful for my subscribers as well. Um, because I have passed 100 subscribers now. I have 107, which is like, wow. Uh, that's very surprising. I didn't know that. So wow. But yes, that's all I want to say. And thank you guys for being, um, thank you guys for being a part of my life, because I love you guys. And yes, I hope one day, you know, I hope soon we could collab together and, do things together on YouTube, to have fun and all that. And for us to go in, like for us no for us to go into the I for us to go into 2019 together. So that's all I'm gonna say. And one of the changes that also happened this year was me and my family moving to Arizona, which of course I'm very happy to be here. And let's see, the movies I've seen this year, I would have to say, is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and Venom, which of course happens to be my two favorite movies of 2018. So that's all I want to say. Um, so that's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies. Happy New Year's Eve.